Hi, my name's Trisha Clark and welcome to the studio. Today I wanted to share with you some gentle seated stretches and some nice hip opening yin postures. So if you'd like to grab a couple props before we begin, first of all, grabbing an essential oil that you can connect with to help bring calm and clarity into the mind, and then some yoga blocks, some pillows. If you have a yoga bolster, that's perfect. All right, so we'll begin first by anchoring in with your essential oil. Today I'm using Anchor. It's part of a yoga collection offered through doTERRA, but any oil that you have is a wonderful choice. And just taking one drop into the palm of your hands and gently rubbing your hands together and bringing your hands over top of your face. Taking nice, slow, deep breaths. And then maybe just rubbing the rest of that oil onto the heart or onto the temples. Perfect. So before coming into some of our yin postures, and we will hold those postures for about 3 minutes, today you can hold them up to 5 or even longer. Let's do some gentle stretching. So sitting in a nice comfortable seat with a nice spine. We want to hug the navel close in towards the spine. And then we'll start by gently walking the right fingertips over to the right and then arcing the left hand over top as you reach through the fingertips. Try and keep both sit bones grounded into the earth. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, reaching. Inhale, lift a little bit. Start to spiral the heart open. And then exhale, continue to side bend. Beautiful. Let's come to the other side. So walking your left fingertips out. And then gently the right hand will rise, arcing over top of the body. Keeping sit bones grounded. Lift and lengthen. Inhale, find a little bit more. Lift and exhale, reaching a little further. Beautiful. Coming back. And let's start to walk the fingertips forward, just slowly. Stretching out through the fingertips, dropping the forehead, bowing down. Take a nice slow deep breath here, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Slowly walk your hands back to center. Hands will come behind. This time, lift through the chest as though the heart energy starts to open and expand. Your hands are behind you, arcing through the spine. Lift up. Inhale. Exhale. Really nice. Come back into center. And we'll just cross our right hand over to the left knee. Lift and lengthen through the spine and gently twist over towards the left, looking over the shoulder. Nice deep breath here. And we'll gently come to the other side. Left hand onto the knee, lift and lengthen. And look over the right shoulder. Listening to your body as you move. Really nice. And come back to center. Let's come on to hands and knees. We'll work through some cat and cow poses. So palms are stacked underneath shoulders, knees stacked underneath hips. You can choose to have your toes tucked or untucked. And then as though we're scooping up the energy of the earth, inhale. Belly drops, gaze forward, tailbone lifts. And exhale, press the back of the heart up, and as though energy is now coming down through the hands and into the earth. Inhale, let the belly drop, gaze forward. Exhale, tailbone tucks, chin tucks. Pull navel in. Again, inhale. Exhale. 2 more rounds like this. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Now find a neutral tabletop position here, and we'll start by bringing the right foot forward. We're going to come into a low lunge, so hands can be on blocks, if that's more comfortable for you. And then in our low lunge, we really want to think of sinking the hips. The Yin practice is a very grounding practice, so we want our body, our energy centers open to this earth energy beneath us. So having your hands on blocks as you sink forward, you can also just have hands on the ground. And what's important here is actually draping your upper body so that the weight is resting onto the right leg. And then we soften into breath. We envision opening the channels of prana in our body with these yoga poses. Envisioning clearing, warm, golden light flowing through your body. As you inhale, pulling in the prana, the strength, the energy of the earth. Exhale, again, releasing down through the hands, through the soles of the feet. The prana is being released back down. It does take several moments for our body to really open up into these postures. So be patient. Continue to ask your body to release tension and find a place of surrender. Remember, you can hold these poses for longer. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster than I normally would in a full yoga class, but just so you get familiar with these postures and learn to add this into your daily practice for self-care. So we'll take 3 more deep breaths in this low lunge position. Breathing in, new energy into the body, and exhale, release, letting go. Inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Really nice. So from here, just taking your blocks now, we're going to just walk them further back as we start to send those hips back. Those toes will start to lift. And we're just pressing into the blocks to find a nice long spine here. And exhale, possibly rounding forward. Close your eyes and tune into breath. Tune into your body and how it feels today with acceptance and love. We'll just take 3 more deep breaths here. And then slowly start to come forward, bringing your blocks in front. And then start to walk this right foot out so that it's pointing towards the top corner of your mat. You're coming into a lizard pose. Deep hip opening, so sinking the hips. And to begin, just start by placing your right hand onto the knee and start to spiral the chest up towards the sky. Bring a little smile to your face. And your option is to stay here in your twisted dragon or start to lower down onto the elbows, onto a block or any props that you may have. And again, we're just finding a place to settle, to breathe. I love to just place my thumbs into the eye sockets here and just have my third eye and forehead resting onto my hands. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Again, our purpose, our intention is to help release stress and anxiety in the body. There's always something that can be released. So continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Exhaling, letting go. In the inhale, pulling in beautiful light, healing energy into the body. And we'll take 3 more deep breaths right here. And then slowly start to come out of your posture, bringing your block to the side. Hands are inside of the right leg. Start to untuck your left toes, lifting the left knee off the mat. And we're going to bring our right knee behind right wrist, coming into pigeon, or in yin, we call it sleeping swan. So from here, we're going to start to walk those left toes back so that our right hip is starting to sink into the earth. Now, for most of us, having a blanket or a little block underneath that right hip is going to feel more supportive and more comfortable for your body. From here, we want to first lengthen up through the spine, and then having a little pillow or yoga bolster as you start to lower down into the support. And just turning, bringing your left ear onto the mat and softening forward. Closing your eyes. Just have the intention to connect to that grounding, anchoring energy of Mother Earth. Try and release extra tension in the shoulders and the hips. And that visualization of a nice, calm, flowing energy through your body. With each breath, the body finds a new place of relaxation and comfort. Really slowing down the heart rate, calming the nervous system. Normally we would hold this pose for about 5 minutes, but I'm going to do little shorter yin sequences with these videos. So let's just stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Perfect. And then slowly start to rise up. Hands connecting into the earth as you lift. And from here, just removing that block. Push your bolster out of your way. I like to rock the hips. They've now been opened. Release some tension. Just get that energy flowing. Then we're going to tuck the left toes. And we're going to lift the right leg up and back for 3-legged dog. So lifting the right leg up, pressing through the palms, and then bending that knee and actually stacking the hips on top of each other. Try and keep your shoulders framing the front of the room. Try and lower the left heel. And then slowly just releasing the right foot down. We'll bend one knee and then the other in downward facing dog. Hips are back, pressing through palms, gaze between the ankles. Take one more deep breath. Then lower back down onto the knees. And we'll come into the other side. So stepping your left foot forward. And we're going to start in that low lunge position. So again, sinking those hips, untucking the right toes. You may have used your blocks for support. And just letting those hips really sink down. Think of all this grounding energy of the earth, this little circular motion of prana with these poses. Prana coming in, prana coming out. Just continue to tap in with breath to stay present. Remember, this is a practice. Being gentle with yourself. And take 3 more deep breaths. And then just like before, we'll bring the hips back, taking our blocks with us. And just lowering the hips down. Left toes will lift up towards the sky. Pressing into the blocks, find length as you inhale. And then exhale, reaching nose toward your toes. And gently folding forward. You'll notice if you bring your right hip forward, left hip back a little bit, you might get more sensation. And just breathe into this opening. And 2 more deep breaths here. And then we'll come forward. So again, bring your blocks with you. Come into lizard pose, or in yin, it's called dragon pose. So we'll just gently angle the left toes towards the top corner of your mat. Again, sinking the hips. And we'll start in that twisted dragon. So left hand onto the knee, right hand pressing into the earth, and just spiraling the chest over towards the left. You might want to lean back, just moving through this posture any way that feels good for you. And then settling down onto the elbows, onto a block. And we're just breathing into that opening now in the left hip. Again, you might want to support the forehead with the hands, the thumbs gently resting in the eye sockets. We want the body to feel supported. And keep softening through breath. You'll notice as you move through your practice, the body gently unfolds. And if the mind is wandering, you can always just focus on the breath. Now I'm breathing in. And now I'm breathing out. Now I'm breathing in. And now I'm breathing out. Now I'm breathing in. And now I'm breathing out. I'll take 3 more deep breaths here. And then we'll gently come out of the posture. So move mindfully, gracefully. And we'll start to come into our pigeon pose. So untuck the right knee, pressing into the palms. Engage your core as you lift that left knee and place it behind left wrist. Again, we're going to work on walking the right toes back, taking our block, placing it just underneath the left sit bones, little place for it to rest. And then taking your pillows, your bolster, just bring that in front of you for support as we come into sleeping swan. It sounds so lovely. So start with a nice long breath and start to walk yourself down. And this time we'll bring our right ear onto the bolster and just soften. And again, the palms are open and connecting into that earth energy just below us. Finding a beautiful connection. Try to soften the shoulders. Think of all the tension melting away with each exhale. And pulling in fresh new energy with the inhale. Slow, deep breaths. Inviting in this calm, peaceful energy into the body. Let it expand all around you. We'll take 5 more deep breaths here. Remember, if you're at home, you can always stay longer. When that feels complete, we'll slowly start to come out of the pose, pressing into the hands. Just remove the block. And then again, a little sway side to side. Just appreciating, noticing any opening you may feel. And then we will kick back into that 3-legged dog. So untuck the right toes. And when you're ready, kicking that left foot up and back for 3-legged dog. And then bending the knees, stack the hips. And then releasing the left foot back down, downward facing dog. Again, I love to walk the dog. Bend one knee and then the other. And we'll drop onto the knees, just come into child's pose, grounding the forehead. Take 5 deep breaths here. And you can slowly rise. It's always nice to finish your practice in Shavasana. Or I will be adding more sequences to this Yin practice, and you can continue on for longer, just adding on more poses. All right, I hope you enjoyed this nice calming practice of Yin Yoga. Thanks for joining.